In this video we're going fossil hunting, and at the end of day 1 we're going to be showing you the first ever fossilised crocodile skull that I found. At the end of day 3 we're also going to be showing you some unbelievable calcite Nautilus specimens. Let's get started with day 1. Me and Shay going fossil hunting again today. At the end of the video, like we usually do, I've got a very good fossil to show. Today I'm going to be showing my very first skull that I found, which is a partial crocodile skull. So that's something pretty exciting to look forward to at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy the fossil hunt, hope we get a few good finds as well, and then let's have a look at the skull when we get back. First things first, let's check this little part of the beach, see if there's any fossils laying amongst the sand. I'm sure there's going to be a few fossils laying about for us to find. Here's a nice little ammonite fossil. A little bit eroded around the edge, but inside it should be completely perfect. There's also a large lump of fossilised wood here, probably from a tree trunk, although we can't be certain. Just next to the wood I've spotted another fossil, which looks to be some sort of gyrosteus remains. I'll show you a photo of what that creature looked like here. A really large sturgeon, which is from the Jurassic. This is only a tiny fragment of this creature. The individual pieces of bone and cartilage here are really difficult to identify, but it's certainly from that creature. Not a bad few little interesting finds, all near each other. An ammonite, some wood, and some gyrosteus remains. All of this is the remains of a big old landfall. I think it happened pretty much at the time when I started collecting. It's a big heap of lumps of shale and mud all stuck together, slowly eroding back. It's absolutely huge when the fall first came down. I've just noticed this lovely ammonite as well, inside of a big slab within a nodule, so it should be 3D. This is the type of ammonite I was hoping to find today. When I meet up with Shay, we'll hammer and chisel it out of the slab and then open it up. We're going to move on now to a different part of the beach. If I spot any fossils, we'll do some of the spot the fossil and see if you can identify whereabouts the fossil is. I'll start off with a pretty easy one, then we'll do some others as well as we find more and more fossils. Can you spot this first fossil? This first one is actually really easy to spot. However, off camera I've also noticed another ammonite specimen, one that I've found very few examples of before. Really excited to go and have a look at that one. The specimen that we've spotted is right down here, the first one. And this is a lovely pyritized imprint on some Jurassic limestone. Quite a nice example of an Eleganticerus ammonite imprint. I'll leave this one here though for someone else to find. The other specimen I've spotted might be quite difficult for you to see from this distance, but I'll give you a moment to see if you can spot it. Quite tiny on the camera, so let's go get closer and have a better look at it. Finding this species of ammonite is really uncommon. A couple of small partial examples on the reverse side of this ammonite, and then a lovely large, what appears to be complete specimen right here. It's a lovely example of this type of ammonite. One that will benefit from just a small amount of preparation. Hopefully it's going to be complete. Looks like it should be mostly preserved, but we'll find out in due course. Rarer examples like this are ones that we'll definitely have to take home and prepare. Let's move a little bit further up the beach now. Shay has also been looking for fossils and I'm wondering what he might have found. On my way over to him, I've noticed these large fossilised shells. Pretty nice examples actually. Looks to be a massive fossilised squid down there in the distance. I won't get too close because the cliffs there are very tall and pretty unstable. Like a very nice large specimen. That's about as close as I'll get to it. I'm really pleased so far with all of the fossil finds that we have made. It would have been nice if we could have gotten a bit closer to that belemnite specimen. However, it was still nice to be able to see it from a distance. I'll have a little look now just among some of these shale slabs. There wasn't too many fossils there in the end, so I decided to move straight along and go meet up with Shay sooner rather than later. I'm still hoping that we're able to extract that lovely Tenucostatum ammonite from that shale slab that we saw just earlier on. A couple more slabs I've just noticed as well, with some nice ammonites on the surface, so let's have a quick look at those. A few nice big ammonites on the surface of this slab. And there's one down here, which is pretty wedged in. One preserved on top of a nodule, not fully preserved. Next up, let's show you one of Shay's finds. He's found a really nice example of a pyrotised Eleganticeros imprint. This is much better than the one that we found initially. Looks absolutely stunning.
I've just found a nodule that's covered in a layer of thick pyrite, and I gave it a whack and you can see the crack just starting to form around the outside. So I'm gonna tease it open with the hammer and hopefully there's something nice inside. Oh wow, look at that.
Inside this nodule was a deathbed of Eleganticeros ammonites. It's a whole variety of larger and smaller specimens. This is one that will be lovely to prepare at home. It's going to look stunning when it's finished. What a lovely find. We're going to have to leave the beach now. The tide's a little bit too far in, so we'll have to leave the ammonite behind. Hopefully get it when we next come down. Alright, well, we're back home now from our fossil hunt, and it's time to show the crocodile skull, which I mentioned at the start of the video. So let's go have a look at it. Now this is a partial crocodile skull. And what you can see at the front are the two eye sockets of what would have been, if complete, a very, very large crocodile. Got lots of the lovely detailed ornamentation on the top of the skull. And when I found it, it was very eroded, had lots of modern day sea creatures burrowing into it, and it's eroded quite a lot of the bone away. And as you can see, it's not the best quality specimen. However, it's one that of course means a lot to me because it was the first that I found. And underneath the skull we've got a lot of bone as well. And at the back of the skull, this is where the vertebrae would have started to attach on. I hope you like this crocodile skull as much as I do. That was a really nice fossil hunt, and we got a lovely selection of finds, as well as seeing that incredible crocodile skull at the end of day 1. Coming up next, we've got a selection of ammonite nodules that we're going to be cracking open. And don't forget, we've got that other unbelievable fossil to show you at the end of the video today. There's still lots to look forward to. Let's move on to day 2. I've been out fossil hunting today and found 2 really large nodules, both with pretty incredible ammonites inside. One of them I've already opened up, the other one is still closed. After we've had a look at those, me and Shay are going to be opening up some ammonite nodules. Let's have a look at the first 2 nodules that I've just found. Here's a look at the 2 nodules. As you can probably already tell, these are pretty big nodules. This fossil is already revealed, it's already been opened up, and this one is still within the nodule. Can't believe that I found both these fossils today in the same fossil hunt. This is the first one. You can see the edge of a Hildoceras ammonite. I didn't know there was any fossil inside. Broke the edge with my hammer. A little bit of the fossil became revealed. Broke into lots and lots of tiny little pieces, so I'm unable to take all the pieces home to repair that bit, but I'm sure my dad can repair it if we need to. Looks like it should be a pretty decent ammonite. This nodule, could not believe when it opened up. It's about the same size as the previous. Here we go. Look at that. That is what you call an ammonite. Really, really nice size, and it's absolutely perfect, as well as being sat within a large nodule. Don't find one of these every time you come out. Can't remember the last time I had one this nice, to be honest. What an amazing find. That's a look at those 2 nodules. Very, very pleased with them. Now let's open some more ammonites with Shay. As we go through the video, see if you can predict which nodule is going to contain an ammonite. All of the nodules in this video aren't guaranteed to contain any fossils whatsoever, so see if you can work it out. Shay's going to crack open the first one right now.
This nodule is a perfectly round one. I'll be really pleased if there's one inside this. But let's give it a go and see what happens. Empty. It hasn't gone completely in the centre, so we'll give it another whack just to make sure. empty one. Oh well, better luck next time.
Unfortunately, as with most nodules, that one was completely empty. Let's have a go at this new one.
Oh.
Quicker than expected.
And nothing in.
Yeah, it's empty.
Oh well.
That's 2 nodules already that are completely empty. Don't worry though, because in the video there's guaranteed to be 2 that open really, really nicely. But which will it be? Shay's got a couple more tricky nodules to open now.
Small shards come off, but hasn't shown anything just yet.
Oh, I thought I saw one there. There's a little something further up.
You can see a crushed one on top.
Yeah, could be one deeper in then. Quite a lot of persistence.
I think it's going to be empty.
Yeah.
Not to worry, we'll try the next one.
Another nodule equally as big. It's interesting.
It looks like it's going to the centre, it should all be there underneath.
Yeah, so there is one inside. Slightly started to reveal it, and the rest of the ammonite, as you say, will be further inside.
We'll be able to split that with the hammer, we'll have to prepare that at home.
Yeah.
Nice, at least it was something.
Yeah, it's going to look incredible, prepared inside that nice big nodule.
Nice.
We're getting closer and closer now. At least this nodule contains some sort of an ammonite. Here we go. It's already started to reveal that outer wall. Just going quite gentle with this one. Right. What do we think? Has it gone well or not? Let's see how it opened up. It opened up brilliantly. A few little fractures through the imprint. The fossil itself is virtually intact. I think that's come out really well. Finally, we've had a really nice ammonite opening. Me and Shay have been searching very hard lately. Not many ammonites about, but we've managed to find some at least. The next is opening one of our favourite types of nodules. Moment of truth. Oh wow, that's amazing. This next nodule you can already see part of an ammonite showing. I found this in a place where typically the ammonite nodules don't open particularly well. I wasn't very hopeful at all with this nodule. Let's see if it opens well or not. There we go, it's opened up with the hammer and chisel. But what's the fossil inside like? And as you can see, absolutely stunning. Opening an ammonite rock doesn't really get much better than that at all. Absolutely brilliant result. Virtually no preparation needed to this fossil. Here's a closer look at some of the ribbing and the shell of this Dactylosaurus ammonite. Shay's going to open up the next nodule.
Starting to show there, and the rest of the nodules cracking, so let's give it a little light tap with the hammer. Oh nice, not too bad. And this one's a semi-salatum ammonite. Let's get another one.
Another really nice ammonite, almost as nice as the previous nodule that we opened up. It's a different species as well, the Dactylosaurus semi-salatum. Very nice indeed.
Let's try a bigger nodule this time. This one looks pretty nice. Well, it was a nice split. Let's hope there's something nice inside.
Ah, incredible!
Oh, nice. That's a nice big one. With these ammonites, they're usually preserved with small calcite veins, and you can see the little veins running through here. But it should creep up lovely. Awesome.
There's another nice semi-salatum ammonite opened up. Pretty pyritic on the outer wall. This particular ammonite needs quite a bit of further preparation. There's lots of limestone still within the centre of the ammonite and between some of the whorls. Every single nodule here contains an ammonite fossil. They range from large to small ammonites and also different species. The majority of nodules here will open up really well. You can never guarantee which ones will, however these have the best chance. If you'd like a selection of ammonites to open up yourself at home, please contact us on our Instagram page, yorkshire.fossils, and if you do get some, I really hope you enjoy opening them, and thanks in advance for supporting what we do. And there we have it, lots of really nice nodules opened up, and as you could see, not every nodule contains a fossil. In fact, the majority are completely empty. Hope you've enjoyed watching us open those up. And now we're going to move on to day 3. We're not going to be fossil hunting in day 3, but we're actually going to be showing you one of our favourite fossils from our collection. This is a find that we made a little while ago and is without a doubt one of our favourites. Our dad has prepared it and it looks absolutely stunning. We'll show you all about it right now. Here's a look at the first calcite Nautilus. This is a really lovely, small example of a Nautilus fossil, and the one we'll be showing you very shortly is much larger and also calcified. We found this example on a day when we hadn't really found many fossils whatsoever. It was really surreal to come across this specimen at the end of our fossil hunt. It didn't look quite as nice as this when we initially found it, but after some careful preparation, we were so pleased with this final result. Finds like this are really a one-off. In comparison, here is the other Nautilus specimen. Again, fully calcified, but as you can see, it's much, much larger. Both of these fossils are works of art, especially the way that this Nautilus has been prepared. It's got a really lovely mouth border on it that we'll show you now. Also on the reverse side of this specimen, there's been a little bit of erosion, and you can start to see some of the inner calcification within the chambers of the Nautilus. I'll show you a close-up inside these chambers. You can start to make out there lots of the calcite crystals. Normally you don't really get to see this. It's usually a feature that you just don't come across at all unless the fossil is damaged. But this is just eroded to a really nice extent where the fossil is intact with a little bit revealed, enabling us to see all of these features. So it's really, really unusual, and it's turned out quite nicely to be eroded the way it has. Needless to say, we're over the moon with both of these Nautilus specimens, and we do have a couple of other similar calcified specimens. However, they aren't prepared yet. When we prepare them, we'll be sure to share them with you all. Let us know what you think about these two specimens. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at them. We'll be sure to show you some more lovely fossils very soon. These clips are from a very impressive, very powerful storm. Storms like this produce a lot of fossils on some occasions, but not necessarily always. The main thing is to stay safe if you're ever near the sea when it's as rough as this. It's really incredible to watch, but make sure to keep your distance. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the clips now.